Welcome to this presentation on using conditional statements in Python. In this mind map, we'll explore the core concepts and applications of conditional statements in Python. Conditional statements allow us to execute certain pieces of code based on whether a condition is true or false. This feature is essential for making decisions in our programs. In this session, we'll delve into various types of conditional statements such as if, else, elif, and how they can be combined to create more complex logic. Stay tuned for more as we explore how conditional statements power decision-making in Python. In this lesson, we learn how Python makes decisions using conditional statements. First, we use relational operators like greater than, less than, or equal to compare values. These can be used with both numbers and strings. Next, logical operators such as an, or, and not help combine multiple conditions. Finally, we use conditional statements. The if statement runs code when a condition is true. The if-else statement gives two possible outcomes. The if-elif else statement checks multiple conditions. These tools help us write smart and decision-making programs in Python. In this lesson, we will understand the importance of conditional statements in Python. We will learn how relational and logical operators help us evaluate conditions. We will also create simple programs using if and if-else statements. In everyday life, we make decisions by checking conditions first. For example, if the weather is cloudy, we carry an umbrella. If our work is finished, we may choose to watch a movie. Similarly, in programming, we check conditions before taking action. In this slide, we will understand what relational operators are. Relational operators are also called comparison operators. As the name suggests, they are used to compare two values. These values can be numbers, variables, or even expressions. Whenever we use a relational operator in a program, it checks the relationship between the two values. After comparing them, it always gives a result in the form of either true or false. This means the output of a relational operator is always a Boolean value. If the given condition is correct, the result will be true. If the condition is not correct, the result will be false. So remember, relational operators help us compare two values, and the result is always either true or false. In this slide, let us understand why we use relational operators. Relational operators are mainly used in decision-making situations in programs. They are commonly used in if statements, while loops, and conditional expressions. Whenever a program needs to check a condition before taking action, relational operators are used. They play a very important role in decision-making programs. For example, a program may need to decide whether to display a message, repeat a task, or stop execution. To make such decisions, the program must compare values. Relational operators help the program answer questions such as, is 10 greater than 5? Is 7 equal to 9? Is one number less than or equal to another number? Based on the answer, which will always be either true or false, the program knows what to do next. So, relational operators are essential because they help programs compare values and make logical decisions. In this slide, we are looking at the relational operators used in Python. Relational operators are used to compare two values. When we compare values using these operators, the result is always either true or false. Let us understand each operator one by one. The double equal to operator is used to check whether two values are equal. If both values are the same, the result is true. Otherwise, it is false. The not equal to operator is used to check whether two values are different. If the values are not the same, the result is true. The less than operator checks whether the value on the left is smaller than the value on the right. The less than or equal to operator checks whether the value on the left is either smaller than or exactly equal to the value on the right. The greater than operator checks whether the value on the left is bigger than the value on the right. Finally, the greater than or equal to operator checks whether the value on the left is either greater than or exactly equal to the value on the right. These relational operators are very important in programming because they help the computer make decisions by comparing values. In this slide, we are learning how to use relational operators with numeric values. Let us assume that the value of A is 10 and the value of B is 8. Now we will compare these two numbers using different relational operators. First, when we check whether A is equal to B, the result is false because 10 is not equal to 8. Next, when we check whether A is not equal to B, the result is true because 10 and 8 are different numbers. When we check whether A is less than B, the result is false because 10 is not smaller than 8. When we check whether A is less than or equal to B, the result is again false because 10 is neither smaller than nor equal to 8. Now, when we check whether A is greater than B, the result is true because 10 is greater than 8. Finally, when we check whether A is greater than or equal to B, the result is also true because 10 is greater than 8. This example clearly shows how relational operators compare numeric values and return either true or false depending on the comparison. Now it is your turn to think and respond. Read the question carefully and try to predict the output without running the program. Assume A equals 5. B equals 5. What will be the output of the following expressions? 1. A is equal to B. 2. A is not equal to B. 3. A is greater than or equal to B. 4. A is less than B. Write your answers in the comments section. Mention the question and whether the result is true or false. Let us see who gets all the answers correct. In this slide, we will understand relational operators with strings. Relational operators can also be used with string values, not just numbers. This means we can compare two words or pieces of text in Python. However, there is one very important rule to remember. String comparison is case sensitive. This means uppercase letters and lowercase letters are treated as different characters. For example, the word sunflower written in all small letters is not equal to the word sunflower where the first letter is capital. Even though the spelling looks similar, Python treats them as different because one starts with a lowercase letter and the other starts with an uppercase letter. So, whenever you compare strings, always pay attention to capital and small letters. Uppercase and lowercase letters are treated differently, and this affects the result of the comparison. In this slide, we are looking at the given values and the results table. Assume that the value of variable x is morning and the value of variable y is night. Now, we compare x and y using relational operators. First, we check whether x is equal to y. Since morning and night are two different words, the result is false. Next, we check whether x is not equal to y. Because the two words are different, this condition becomes true. This example clearly shows how relational operators work with string values. When two strings are different, the equality comparison gives false, and the not equal comparison gives true. Now let us move to the practice questions. Listen carefully and try to answer them on your own. Write your answers in the comments section. Question 1. What will be the output? The value of variable x is apple. The value of variable y is apple, with a small letter at the beginning. We are checking whether x is equal to y. Think carefully about case sensitivity and then write your answer in the comments. Question 2. What will be the output? The value of variable x is Python. The value of variable y is Python. We are checking whether x is not equal to y. Observe both words carefully and decide what the result will be. Pause the video if needed, think about both questions, and share your answers in the comments section. This is an important note, so please pay close attention. Be careful while using operators in Python. There is a difference between the assignment operator and the equality operator. The assignment operator is a single equal sign. It is used to assign a value to a variable. The equality operator is written using two equal signs. It is a relational operator. It is used to compare two values and check whether they are equal. Let us understand this with an example. When we write variable x equal to morning using a single equal sign, we are assigning the value morning to the variable x. But when we write variable x equal to morning, we are comparing the value stored in x with the word morning. So remember, a single equal sign assigns a value, while double equal signs compare values. Always be careful while writing your programs, because using the wrong operator can change the meaning of your code. Let us quickly revise the key learning points from this lesson. Relational operators are used to compare values. Whenever we use a relational operator, the result is always either true or false. Python evaluates conditions logically and helps the program make decisions based on those conditions. Relational operators are very useful in if statements and loops because they help control the flow of the program. When we compare string values, we must remember that string comparison is case sensitive. This means uppercase and lowercase letters are treated differently. The equality operator checks whether two values are equal. The inequality operator checks whether two values are not equal. And once again, remember that the output of relational operations is always either true or false. These are the most important concepts you should remember while working with relational operators in Python. Let us understand what logical operators are. Logical operators are used when multiple conditions need to be tested at the same time. In Python, there are three logical operators. They are and, or, and not. These operators help us combine or modify conditions in a program. Logical operators always return either true or false. This means whenever we use them in a condition, the final result will be a Boolean value. They are very useful in decision making and help the program choose the correct path based on multiple conditions. So remember, logical operators test more than one condition and always give the result as either true or false. Let us understand the logical operator and with a real-life example. Imagine you say, I will go to the market if it is sunny and the car is available. This means both conditions must be true. It must be sunny, and the car must also be available. If even one of these conditions is false, then you will not go to the market. Now let us see a Python example. Suppose the variable sunny is true. Suppose the variable car available is also true. When we check sunny and car available, the result will be true. But remember, the output will be true only if both conditions are true. If one condition is false, the final result will also be false. So always remember, the logical operator and gives a true result only when all given conditions are true. Now let us understand the logical operator or with a real-life example. Imagine you say, I will read the storybook if I have done my homework or tomorrow is a holiday. This means at least one condition must be true. Either you have completed your homework or tomorrow is a holiday. If any one of these conditions is true, you will read the storybook. Now let us look at a Python example. Suppose the variable homework done is false. Suppose the variable holiday is true. When we check homework done or holiday, the result will be true. Why? Because in the logical operator or, the final result becomes true if at least one condition is true. It becomes false only when both conditions are false. So remember, the logical operator or gives a true result when one or more conditions are true. Now let us understand the logical operator not with a real-life example. Suppose you say, I will read the book if it is based on any topic other than war. What does this mean? It means you do not want to read the book if the topic is war. In other words, you are checking that the topic is not war. Now let us take a Python example. Assume the variable topic has the value war. When we apply the logical operator not to check whether the topic is equal to war, the result becomes false. Why? Because the condition topic is equal to war is true. When we use the logical operator not, it changes true to false and false to true. It simply reverses the result. So remember, the logical operator not is used to reverse the value of a condition. If the condition is true, not makes it false. If the condition is false, not makes it true. Let us now understand the AND operator. The AND operator is used when we want to check two conditions together. It returns true only when both conditions are true. If even one condition is false, the result becomes false. And if both conditions are false, the result is also false. Let us understand this with simple examples. When true and true are combined using the AND operator, the result is true. When true and false are combined, the result is false. When false and false are combined, the result is also false. So remember, the AND operator is strict. It gives a true result only when every condition involved is true. If any one condition fails, the entire result becomes false. Now let us understand the OR operator. The OR operator is used when we want to check multiple conditions, but we are satisfied if at least one of them is true. The OR operator returns true if at least one condition is true. It returns false only when both conditions are false. Let us understand this with simple examples. When true and false are combined using the OR operator, the result is true. When false and true are combined, the result is also true. But when false and false are combined, the result becomes false. So remember, the OR operator is flexible. It gives a true result even if just one condition is true. Only when all conditions are false does it return false. Now let us understand the NOT operator. The NOT operator is used to reverse the result of a condition. It changes true to false, and it changes false to true. In simple words, it gives the opposite result. If a condition is true, using the NOT operator makes it false. If a condition is false, using the NOT operator makes it true. Let us understand with examples. When we apply NOT to true, the result becomes false. When we apply NOT to false, the result becomes true. So remember, the NOT operator always flips the result to its opposite. Now let us understand how logical operators work using an example. Assume that age is 12 and sports is cricket. We will evaluate different logical conditions using these values. First condition, age greater than 10 and sports equal to football. In this case, age greater than 10 is true, but sports equal to football is false. Since the AND operator requires both conditions to be true, the final result is false. Second condition, age greater than 10 or sports equal to football. Here, age greater than 10 is true. The OR operator requires at least one condition to be true. So the final result is true. Third condition, not sports equal to cricket. Since sports is cricket, sports equal to cricket is true. The NOT operator reverses the result. So the final answer becomes false. This is how logical operators evaluate conditions step by step. Let us quickly revise logical operators using this summary table. First, the AND operator. Its meaning is both conditions. It gives a true result only if both conditions are true. Next, the OR operator. Its meaning is either condition. It gives a true result if at least one condition is true. Finally, the NOT operator. Its meaning is opposite result. It reverses the answer. If the condition is true, it becomes false. If the condition is false, it becomes true. This summary helps you clearly understand how each logical operator works. Now it is time for some practice questions. Question 1. What is the output of true and false? Question 2. What is the output of false or true? Question 3. What is the output of not 5 greater than 3? Think carefully before answering. Type your answers in the comments section below. Let us see who gets all the answers correct. Conditional statements help us check conditions in a program. They allow us to choose which block of code should be executed. In simple words, they help the computer decide what to do next. Conditional statements also control the flow of execution in a program, making sure the right instructions run at the right time. The if statement. The if statement is used to execute a block of code depending on a condition. It helps control the flow of a program. That is why it is also known as a control statement. Now let us look at the syntax. If condition, then the statements under it are executed. This means the block of code runs only when the condition is true. Working of the if statement. If the condition is true, the block of statements inside the if statement is executed. If the condition is false, the block of statements inside the if statement is not executed. Now let us understand the flow. First, the condition is checked. If the condition is true, the body of the if statement is executed. If the condition is false, the body of the if statement is skipped. Then the program continues to the next part. The if-else statement. The if-else statement is used when we want the program to choose between two blocks of code. The execution depends on whether the condition is true or false. If the condition is true, the statements inside the if block are executed. If the condition is false, the statements inside the else block are executed. Now let us understand the syntax. If condition, statements, else, statements. This allows the program to take one action when the condition is true and a different action when the condition is false. Working of the if-else statement. If the condition is true, the block under if is executed. If the condition is false, the block under else is executed. Now let us understand the flow. First, the condition is checked. If the condition is true, the body of the if statement runs. If the condition is false, the body of the else statement runs. After executing the appropriate block, the program continues with the next statements. The if-elif-else statement. The if-elif-else statement is used when multiple conditions need to be checked. It helps in handling many alternatives in a program. Let us understand this with an example in simple pseudocode. If money is greater than 100, then buy a cake. Else if money is greater than 10, then buy a chocolate. Else, buy a candy. In this structure, the program checks conditions one by one. As soon as one condition is true, its block is executed and the remaining conditions are skipped. If none of the conditions are true, the else block is executed. Syntax of the if-elif-else statement. Let us understand the structure. First, we write if followed by a condition. If that condition is true, the statements under it are executed. Next, we can write elif followed by another condition. Elif means else if. If the first condition is false, this new condition is checked. If it is true, its statements are executed. We can have multiple elif conditions depending on how many alternatives we need. Finally, we can write else. The else block is optional. It is executed only when none of the above conditions are true. This structure helps us handle multiple decisions in a clear and organized way. Working of the if-elif-else statement. Let us understand the flow of control. First, the if condition is checked. If the condition is true, the block under if is executed. If the condition is false, the program does not stop. It moves to check the elif condition. If the elif condition is true, its block is executed. If there are more elif conditions, each one is checked one by one until a true condition is found. If none of the conditions are true, then the else block is executed. So, the program checks conditions from top to bottom and executes only one block based on the first true condition. Demonstration of if-elif-else program. In this program, we first take input from the user. The user enters the first number. Then the user enters the second number. Next, the user enters an operator such as plus, minus, multiply, or divide. Now the program checks the operator using if and elif statements. If the operator is plus, the program calculates and displays the sum of the two numbers. If the operator is minus, the program calculates and displays the difference. If the operator is multiply, the program calculates and displays the product. If the operator is divide, the program calculates and displays the quotient. If the user enters any other operator, the else block runs and displays that it is not a valid operator. This example clearly shows how the if-elif-else structure helps the program choose the correct operation based on the user's input. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this lesson helpful, please take a moment to like the video and share it with your friends and classmates. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell so you never miss upcoming lessons. For worksheets, detailed study material, and test papers, visit my website edushree.in. The link is also available in the description box below. Keep learning, keep practicing, and see you in the next video.